Hello, I hope you are all doing well. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. I am going to be going over the goals that I set last year, so at the end of 2024 for 2025, to see what I accomplished. Did I accomplish everything? Most of them were financially related, but some were more on like a personal type level. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. I am on a journey to reach 500 subscribers, and I want to do a giveaway when I reach that milestone. I did do a giveaway when I reached 300, and I just cannot wait to do it again. So join me on this journey. So yes, I am going to be going over my goals that I set. I do apologize. I am dealing with a cold or something, but I am trying to get this video done. So I do have my water off to the side. I haven't been dealing with coughing or anything, just a sore throat and stuffed upness, and I'm already over it, and it's barely started, so fingers crossed it doesn't stay too long. So yes, again, these are going to be mostly financial, but as well as some personal. So I'm going to bring you in just a little bit. So the first goal that I had was to pay off my line of credit debt, which was my only consumer debt, by the end of July or sooner this year. And I actually did accomplish that. I'm going to check that off. I paid it off at the end of April. So that was awesome. I was super happy with that. It feels weird to be going into 2026 with no debt besides my mortgages. That's really sort of the first time in my adult life I made a real concerted effort to pay off my debt. And it took me a very long time. And go back and watch any of my videos, especially cash stuffings. You'll see some progress on there. So it did take me quite a while. And if you are paying off debt, little actions all the time make huge differences, and you'll get there. So next up is I wanted to save $800 for technology, and I technically did, because earlier this year I ended up taking my phone and to have the battery replaced, as it's way cheaper than getting a new phone. And the model that I had, Apple knows that sometimes when they go to remove to get into the battery, sometimes it cracks the screen. Anyways, there was a whole big thing. Basically, I ended up getting a newer phone from the company that I went to. They're a reputable Apple dealer. And so I paid over $600 for the phone, plus a case, and something else, but I still am saving up in my technology, and I have, I believe, over 300 in there right now. Excuse my reach. And yeah, let me just quickly double check that. Yeah, so I have $350 in there. So technically I would have saved over $800 for technology. So I'm going to mark that off as, yes, I did accomplish it. So I wanted to next save $1,000 in my emergency fund, and I have far surpassed that. I am, at the time of recording, I believe I'm at $1,550 in my, emergency fund. The next goal is obviously to hit 2,000, but my goal for 2026 is more of a stretch goal, because if I'm already at 1,550, to save $450 in a year is not, I mean, it's definitely doable, but I am making my emergency fund like a bill, so I account for it even before I account for other things besides my regular bills that I have to pay, any sinking funds, any savings challenges, etc. So I more than accomplished that goal, and I'm super happy that I've since made it kind of like a bill. It just has made a huge difference in the way I view it. So next up is I wanted to complete 1 month ahead, and if you are new, I am planning to purchase a different place, possibly next year or the year after. And I want, well, this is the goal. It may not happen, but I want to purchase a new place and then sell my current place. And so I want to have money for basic bills that I can just draw on instead of having to use my paycheck during that transition. And I have accomplished that. I have accomplished 1 month, and I am already working on my second month. And by the end of the year, I should have, I think about 3, maybe 4 categories completed for the second round. So I'm quite happy with that. Again, I have been treating this like a bill. It gets money every single paycheck. And again, this has just made a huge difference to the way I'm viewing savings. So next up is I wanted to increase my RRSP contribution. So in Canada, we have various ways you can save for retirement. One of them is a registered retirement savings plan, and it is just like a bucket. You can invest in GICs, you can leave it in cash, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in mutual funds, bonds, etc. It's just like a bucket that then you can invest in. And I wanted to increase my contribution. This is my contribution through work. My employer does not match or anything, but I just like having it. I do put some money post-tax into a different RSP, but I wanted to increase that contribution by 1%. So even while paying off debt, I was still contributing something, as I'm getting closer to 40 and I don't have a bunch of time left, and I am single income. By the way, I am single. I'm a single income household. So paying off debt while still contributing, because it's money that came off my paycheck already. I just worked with what I had left in terms of paychecks anyways. I did increase it by actually quite a bit. I think I increased it by over 2%, and the goal for next year will be to increase the percentage again. So just kind of every year I'm trying to increase it a little bit. There's other factors at play. There is CPP contributions. That percentage can change every year. Our unemployment insurance or employment insurance EI, that percentage changes every year. Plus tax rates change. But yeah, I think what I'm going to get it up to next year will probably what I leave it at for a while. Because like I say, I do contribute a little bit post-tax as well. But yes, I did increase it. I'm pretty sure it was by over 2%. So next up is I wanted to make at least one sale on the platforms that I sell on. So I'm just basically decluttering. I am not what you consider a reseller. I don't go out to purchase items to resell. They could be items I already have. It could be items that I've purchased and just don't need. The odd item I've gotten for free, and I've either been like, this isn't for me, or I used it once and then turn around. But I sell on Poshmark, I sell on eBay, and I do sell on Facebook Marketplace. And I have made at least one sale every single month, mostly on Poshmark. But there was actually quite a bit from eBay fairly recently. Not recently, but in I think it was maybe the early fall, late summer. So but yes, I definitely accomplished that, and that money typically just goes towards funding goals or helping to build up various sinking funds. It's not going towards debt anymore. Most of the money that I did earn, I put towards debt earlier in the year. So just helps. Even, $20 here, $5 here makes a difference when you're paying interest every single day. So next up is, because I am single, as I did mention, my goal was to go on at least one date, and I did not accomplish that. I was not asked out on a date at all. The online dating scene is really weird, especially for somebody in my area, my age bracket. I've never been married. I've never had children. I did want to be a mom, but life kind of be lifing. And so yeah, I've chatted to some people, but it's never gone anywhere, unfortunately. So no, I did not accomplish that. But I'm not overly upset about it either. So when you've been independent and you've been doing your own thing for so long, I think it's not that I'm not open to meeting a partner, hopefully getting married, but I think just the longer that you're independent, the more you see out in the world, and even on YouTube with the budgeting community, where one spouse is just not on board with getting out of debt or saving for goals. And as somebody that's now paid off debt and has goals that I want to accomplish, I would hate to pick the wrong partner to derail those sorts of things. So we'll see next year what happens. I'm not unhappy. Like I say, I'm, been doing my own thing for quite a long time, and it's not a bad thing to be financially independent, especially as a woman. So, last but certainly not least is that I wanted to get to 300 subscribers so I could do a giveaway, and I did accomplish that, and I did get to send some amazing items. And Leah at Leah's Life in Envelopes, fellow Canadian, won that, so I was super happy to send that to her. So those were the 8 goals that I had for 2025. I accomplished every single one except for one, and you know what? That is okay. I made some really big goals by paying off my debt and saving for my emergency as well as my month ahead. So I am super happy with all the progress I have made. And yeah, we are going into 2026 consumer debt free, trying to work towards some goals, getting a new place, saving up even more money. So I hope that you will join me on that journey and subscribe. The only way you can ever win a giveaway is if you are subscribed. And just I sometimes notice this. I don't know if other people have noticed. If you subscribe, I think you have to engage with at least 1 or 2 videos of that person. Otherwise, I think like the whole system sometimes will remove you because you didn't engage. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're subscribing to anybody. Just kind of engage with at least a few of their videos. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that they don't kick you off thinking you're a bot or something like that. So yes, my next video, which I will be recording here, will be my 2026 goals, and again, it'll be a mixture of financial as well as some personal / life goals. So I hope you will join me for that video, and I will see you there. Bye everybody.